Hey, what's up guys? ArtDude47 here and welcome to the new channel. So lately I've really been wanting to make videos about my Nintendo collection again. So I thought a good way to start would be to make a new channel that's kind of separate from the other channels, since the content's kind of drifted away from Nintendo collecting. So here we are. This is the full collection. I thought I'd start with a video going over the collection kind of in detail so you can see. I've been collecting for about 10 years, and this is what I've put together. So starting up top here, I've got my Switch collection currently. We've got the Splatoon OLED, which doesn't quite fit face out. We've got the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED, the regular OLED, the Let's Go Pikachu version, and the Animal Crossing version. Then we've got the Super Smash Bros. And the original, the original Switch. And then I've got a big box of the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition, mostly because that won't fit anywhere else. It is a huge box. We'll get back to that in a little while. Coming over to the next row, I've got some of my Joy-Cons. Currently they only fit sideways, but you can see I've got the red and blue, the yellow, the Zelda, the Hylian Shield one, and then this orange and purple, as well as a singular gray. And then I've got my Switch Pro controllers. We've got the regular black, we've got the Smash Bros, we've got the Xenoblade, we've got the Zelda, and we've got the Splatoon 2 edition currently. And then again, because they don't really go anywhere else right now, I've got the NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic. Also behind here, I've actually got my NES and my Super Nintendo. I don't have boxes for them and they don't fit anywhere else currently. Alright, then I've got some Nintendo 64 stuff. I've got a black controller box, a green controller box, a gold controller box from Japan. I've also got this box from Japan that comes with Mario Kart and a controller, which you could see is actually two-tone. It's black on top and then gray on bottom. Then I've got the Japanese orange Pikachu controller, which is also two-tone. It's orange and yellow. And then the Japanese blue Pikachu N64. You could see some people say this is not the Japanese version. This is the Japanese version. The US one was a different shade of blue. This is also two-tone. It's yellow on the backside. And then right here, just because I had nowhere else to put it, I don't really have that many handhelds. I do have this Pokemon Center Charizard Game Boy Advanced SP. And then a few other things that don't quite fit. So I've got this 2DS, which is actually the Zelda Ocarina of Time version of the 2DS. It's pretty cool. It matches Link's coloration. And then I've got the two recent color Game & Watches that were released, the Super Mario Bros. And then the Legend of Zelda. Alright, and then moving on, I've got some Amiibo. I don't have a full collection, but I do have a large amount of Amiibo at this point. I've got to come up with a better way to display them at some point because you can't really see all the ones in the back, but there are a lot of them. There's two shelves for the Amiibo. There's also some Amiibo cards stuck back there, just the packages. I really like the yarn ones. I've got the full set other than the Mega Yarn Yoshi. There was a green big one. Alright, then moving further down, we've got my GameCube collection. I'm really looking for the purple one, but it's gotten pretty expensive recently, so I haven't picked it up yet. GameCube for a while was really collectible, and then during the pandemic, everything got really expensive. For instance, this Platinum GameCube, complete in box. The box does have a bit of damage, but I snagged that for $50, probably 5 or 6 years ago now, and I think that would be unheard of. So I'm looking for the purple one, so I have a complete US collection, but I haven't quite gotten it. But I do have this one. I really like the color. It is a Spice Orange, but it is Japan only. It's not a US console. On top, just because I don't really have many handheld games, I don't have a spot to put them. I've got a bunch of Pokemon games. I've got gold, blue, yellow, red, and then I've got gold and silver here as well. And then I've just got a couple different Nintendo themed Uno games and coasters, and this is one of those Game & Watches that I grabbed. All right, so now getting a little farther down, I've got 2 Wii consoles currently. They came in 4 different colors, I believe. No, 5. They came in 5 variations. So I've got the original white with Wii Sports. You could see this one is not a Wii Motion Plus, it's the original. Then I've got the Mario 25th Anniversary / American Heart Association Wii, which is red. It came with Super Mario Bros. Wii Sports, and it is a Wii Motion Plus Wii. I actually just added that to the collection. Right now, I think Wii stuff is very collectible. The price is right, so I've been kind of building up the Wii collection. And what I think I'm going to do is different unboxing videos and just reviewing consoles and things like that. So I may do an unboxing of this and just go over some information about it, things like that. All right, bottom shelf is a little cramped too, just because I'm running out of room. I need to get another bookshelf, which I will soon. But for the Wii U, there were 2 different Smash Bros. Controllers. However, one was Japan only. So this white one was Japan only. And then there was the black one that came out in the US. And then, of course, there was the Smash Bros. Controller variant that came out in the United States. And then I have 1 Wii U console currently. This is my original. It's the new Super Luigi Bro Wii U console. That's the one I've got. Here actually is the NES and SNES Mini. And then I've got the Mario set of Mario Kart Live down here with the cart on display. And I've got a mug, a Mario mug, things like that. All right, and then while I'm down, we'll go bottom up on the next one. So my Switch game collection is getting pretty large, so I'm having trouble deciding how to organize it. Like I said, I really do need to get another bookshelf, but I've got Ring Fit Adventure in the big box here. I have my one and only copy of Nintendo Power that I currently have. It's a Mario Party 2 edition. The reason I got this one specifically is because it's got a promo in there for the Donkey Kong controller, which I would love to get at some point. It also has a promo for the Millennium 2000 controller, which as you can see, they only made 1,000 of, so I'm not sure I'll ever be able to afford to put that in the collection. But that's why I got specifically this edition of Nintendo Power, so I could have both of those advertisements. This is Nintendo Power. Won't focus there, but it's volume 128. All right, so then we've got the Breath of the Wild big box. Not the biggest box that came with the Master Sword, but they did another big box. This is that one. We've got the Fire Emblem Three Houses big box, which came with an art book and soundtrack, as well as Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade 2. We've got Link's Awakening, and then Shantae. We've got the Switch Sports, and then all 3 double packs of the different Pokemons that have come out on Switch. So you've got Diamond and Pearl, Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, and then we've got the big box of Smash Bros, which came with the controller and a steelbook. And then I've got the Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life. Then through here, we've got the Switch collection. I'll just point out quickly the 3 steelbooks that are in the collection. So there's one for Xenoblade 2. There was one for, and I really like this one, Fire Emblem Three Houses. And then the one I talked about, that was Smash Bros. It's pretty good looking. I do wish there was a little more detail though. And then I will just kind of show you the Switch games. Those are my current games for the Switch. And then we get into the Wii U collection. So I've got a few games for Wii U. I've been trying to add more as I can, but I haven't added a ton lately. But as you can see, here's the Wii U collection. One thing to point out is the big box here of Super Mario Maker. I've got the big box as well of Star Fox. Then I've got this Mario Party 10, which I actually got at Walmart as the Wii U was being discontinued. I'm just gonna move up so I can show you a little better, because these two games, they're both notoriously bad games, so I've actually never opened them, but they're big boxes with amiibos. I got them both on sale, clearance for 10 bucks each. In the big box with the 2 amiibo. All right, so then I've got Yoshi's Woolly World in the big box, and I've got Zelda Twilight Princess in the big box, both of which just included amiibo with them. So then we get up to some Switch or some Wii stuff. Well, these are technically Wii U remotes, but they're Wii remotes with Wii Motion Plus. I've got the Luigi, Mario, and Peach ones. I'm still missing 3 of them. I'm missing the Bowser, I'm missing the Toad, and the Yoshi. Then I've got the Super Mario All-Stars Limited Edition. All right, the Mario All-Stars Limited, or the big box. I'll just show you this. This was also for, if I can get it out here with one hand, this was also for Mario's 25th anniversary. Pretty cool box to have. It came with a remake of Super Mario All-Stars, as well as a history soundtrack CD and booklet. Now, another new item in the collection I actually just added today. It's a Japanese game, or this version is. I believe it's called Samurai Warriors 3. It's a big box because it came with a unique Wii Classic Pro controller. So I grabbed that because as far as I know, this controller only came in this box bundle. So I wanted the controller. This actually did not come with the game. It only had the big box and the controller. So I will look for the game at some point loose just to have that complete box. But then here's the Wii games. And then we get to the N64. I won't really go through all of these with you just because there's not a good way to display them. I haven't really come up with one yet. I don't know if I want to do labels or something like that. But here's all my N64 games. I will show you the boxed ones. A big one here, Harvest Moon. My wife bought for me for my birthday one year, a long time ago. We were still dating, probably 10 years ago. And she got it for, I think, $70, which I think is a pretty good price nowadays. So, very happy to have that game in the collection. Of course, Mario Party 1 and 2, Mario Tennis. I actually have 2 memory cards here. And then Pokemon Stadium, the big box, because it came with the Game Boy adapter. So then I've got my GameCube games. And if you see some duplicates, there are, but a lot of them are empty boxes that were given to me by a friend. They lost the actual disc, but they still had the box. So I took them just in case I can use them for a trade or something at some point. But I do have the big box for Mario Party 7, which just came with one of the microphones. I will also show you this, one of the rarest games on GameCube, but only if you have the American version. I don't. I have the Japanese version. It's a Pokemon box for Ruby and Sapphire. I actually got this while I was in Japan. I found it thrifting, so it's pretty cool. The coolest part is it does come with this memory card, which is two-tone, and it's half Ruby and half Sapphire. And then, like I said, I don't really have many handheld games. Here are all of my DS games. There were a couple overflow N64 games. And then we've got my Super Nintendo collection. The standout here, probably, there's a couple. I've got Secret of Mana, which of course is a great game. I've got Super Mario World and Yoshi's Island, which are both great. Super Mario All-Stars. And then another standout is would have to be Final Fantasy III. Great game. And then we get into the NES games. We've got both Zelda Golden cartridges. I think those were great that they came gold. And then we get into the boxed for both NES and Super Nintendo. I do have Final Fantasy III complete in box. While I was in Japan, I was also able to find the Final Fantasies that did not come out in the United States. So for the Famicom, we have Final Fantasy 1 and 2. And then on the Super Famicom, we have 5. Because in case you didn't know, I think it's pretty well known at this point, but Final Fantasy 3 here was actually 6 in Japan. So we got 2 and 3, which were actually 4 and 6. So 1, 2, and 5 didn't come out here. I don't have the US 2 yet, which would be 4. So I'll get that eventually, and I don't have the US 1, but I will get them eventually. And then there's the remainder of the boxed games. Then finally over here, where I'll have a new bookshelf at some point, we've got the Diablo amiibo. I said we would get back to the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition because this is what it came with. It's a just a figure, but it's got Sonic over the Sega, and I just thought it was really cool, so I've got this. It normally would make the Sega boot up sound, but I think the battery's dead, so it's cool. I've got it displayed here. And then here is where I just keep labeled my loose controllers. That's the loose controllers, things like that. And then I've got Animal Crossing amiibo cards. And that's basically the whole collection. I've got a couple other things I guess I could show you. One thing I don't have a box for over here. I've got an Ice Blue Nintendo 64. That's the one that's hooked up to the TV that I actually play. And then I've got the Detective Pikachu, the giant Pikachu amiibo. And then there's a few non-Nintendo items, but I really just focus on Nintendo, so that's what I'm showing off here. Anyway, that's the collection. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back in the next video.